but absurd nonetheless. A prominent Egyptian lawyer went on television and said it is a man's duty to rape a woman if she dresses provocatively.
وما هو تعرفهم وقطع نص فخدتها باينه المؤخره
واحنا بيرضينا واحنا ما بناخدش بالنا من بناتنا.
انا قلت البنت اللي تمشي كده يبقى التحرش بيها واجب وطني.
هو ينفع الكلام ده؟
Now the lawyer is not even backing down, saying he was protecting morals. And that, my friends, is absurd. Joining me now, conservative columnist Ann Coulter. Any reaction?
And best-selling author 12 times. I'm so glad we're getting more people like that lawyer you just played for
I know,
us.
he's speaking of Harvey Weinstein.
And if I could just say one thing about the Nance thing, and this isn't Islam, I always imagine the terrorists getting so frustrated by this. They do everything they can. They're yelling Allah Akbar. He's asking to fly the ISIS flag. They must be sitting, back in ISIS land saying, what do we have to do?
Yeah, what more do we need to do? Hello, over here.
You won't give us credit for this. ISIS actually did criticize Obama for claiming the Fort Hood slaughter was not an
workplace violence.
Yeah, he was attacked by Islamic terrorists, saying, acknowledge our good work.
Give us credit that we deserve. All right, so obviously we've talked about this all week, the terror attack down in Lower Manhattan. And apparently this Uzbekistan immigrant came here from a diversity lottery program. Here's the president on that.
I'm calling on Congress to immediately terminate the diversity visa lottery program. It's a disaster for our country. This program grants visas not on a basis of merit, but simply because applicants are randomly selected in an annual lottery. And the people put in that lottery are not that country's finest.
So, Ann, you're telling me in America, we spin a wheel, and if it lands on Uzbekistan, we say, hey, you can come in. That's how we do it?
Yes. Yes, yes. Every single part of our immigration laws is insane. And as soon as Americans find out about it, they're ready to boil politicians in oil.
Yeah, no one even knew about a lottery system.
Some of us did.
Yes, you did.
Read Adios America closely. Well, you'll remember the Egyptian who shot up the LL counter in L.A., killing people. And we brought him in at age 65 because you want to get your immigrants to go right on Social Security. Those are the best ones to get.
Perfect timing.
He was a diversity. It wasn't even him. It was his wife who got the diversity lottery. So some of us have been screaming about the diversity lottery forever. Unfortunately, I mean, this is why the media's and complicit with both the official Republican Party and Democratic Party, their insistence on not talking about immigration is working so beautifully. It takes a terrorist attack like this for most people to even hear of the diversity lottery, which is everything you would think it is.
When they have these parties in Manhattan, these liberals who hate these immigration policies from the president, they don't have a lottery drawing about who they invite to the party. They select who they want. They're going to add value to the party. They're going to be good conversationalists. They're not going to do anything bad.
Right.
Why do we have a lottery system for who we let into the country?
And who even wants to go to those parties? Everyone wants to come to America.
Right.
Where we are the patriots. It would be like the patriots, randomly saying, "Oh, we don't have enough guys who are blind playing on our team. We need some more blind people." Now, look at which countries are not admitting those. And by the way, the original purpose of the diversity lottery, weirdly enough, was to get more people like the people who populated America, i.e., Western Europeans, because the 1965 Immigration Act basically shut down white immigration to America. We've been taking in millions of immigrants every year since 1970, 90% from the third world. So the original idea was, oh, we're not getting anyone from England. Anyone ever heard of that country? Let's have a diversity lottery.
Yeah, they already speak English when they're from England, and that's a good thing to have when you come to America.
Right, and they don't think it's a man's duty to rape a woman dressing provocatively. So that's a bonus.
So it's an affirmative
action
policy
within
for immigration.
A few years, it completely flipped. Which countries are not sending the most immigrants? The ones who are on, for example, the State Department terrorist list.
Yeah.
Those are the winners of the diversity lottery. Okay, so that's bad enough that we're going to put all of the countries on the State Department's terrorist list.
Right.
But then they do exactly what you say. It's a Powerball. You don't even look at, we get 20 million applications a year. 7% of all immigrants to the United States come in through, oh, you're from one of the worst countries in the world, and now we're going to randomly pick your name out of a hat.
I know, it makes no sense. And, nothing against diversity. Diversity in immigration policy is a good thing. It's a noble thing. We're already a diverse country. No, but, we're already a diverse country.
Nothing, I'm sorry, I've got to correct you.
What?
I know that we have been told this every day of our lives, 7 million times a day. There is nothing good about diversity. Every place there is diversity, there is civil war, countries are breaking up. Look what happened.
Diversity in schools and things like that.
We have it, and no, we don't. It's never been a good thing. No one can put in the history of the world, all over the world. Look at just Ireland. They're all Irish. And the Catholics and the Protestants can't get along.
But America is the melting pot. We have people from other countries and other ethnicities.
We got enough of them. We're going to have to do some heavy smelting to get them melted at this point already. I mean, if we stop now, it's diverse. It's not a good thing. We can learn to deal with it. It is never, ever a good thing.
What I'm saying is diversity should be here, and then I'd say ability to speak English, education,
having any skills,
vocational abilities. I think it should go above that.
Does not think it's a man's duty to rape a woman dressing provocatively. I want to put that one on the list.
He will not be hitting the lottery. I also want to talk to you about this issue of chain migration. Again, no one knows what this is, but it is policy in this country. The president addressed it on Laura Ingram's new show.
This horrible animal, he's an animal as far as I'm concerned, 23 people have touched him, maybe came in because he was in, and he was only in with a green card, supposedly. But chain migration, where his whole family comes in, his mother can come in, his father, his grandmother, everybody comes in. Chain migration is a disaster for this country, and it's going to end.
So the terrorists hit the lottery, and then he gets to bring in more of his friends.
Okay, this is proof of the media and political censorship on the issue of immigration. Guess how many immigrants come in? Not because we want them or anyone approve them, but I'm the third cousin of, the brother-in-law of a guy who came last year.
Is that really how third cousins get in?
Eventually, yes. We're bringing in entire tribes. This is why cabs in Minnesota, cab drivers in Minneapolis won't drive you if you have alcohol or a dog, because, half of Somalia is now living in Minnesota. What percentage of immigrants we legally take in every year do you think come in just because they can say, ha, I'm related to somebody who came 10 years ago, you have to take me?
So how many people?
Guess the percentage.
You tell me.
77%, and most Americans don't know that.
They know it now because you just said it on Water's World.
72% come in on average from chain migration, i.e. I'm related to, this is my brother-in-law, and he doesn't have a job, and I'd like to come and accept welfare, too.
So how many people did this guy bring in from Uzbekistan?
He brought in 23.
23 people. This
that
terrorist
we know of
was the contact point for 23 additional people from Uzbekistan as well?
He was the contact person. It may have been another Uzbek. Once he gets one in, the next one can have all of his relatives come in. And then the next one can have. So if you actually add it up, it's probably, and also you notice if you follow this guy's life, every place he goes, whether it's in, I had no idea we had so many Uzbeks in Ohio. Whether it's Ohio or Florida or New Jersey, he's living with all Uzbeks. His friends are all Uzbeks. He's starting. We're not melting.
Right. And the point is, you have coal miners in this country who are out of work and who can't afford to feed their family, and we're bringing in Uzbeks
who are accepting a lot of welfare
America and are causing a lot of problems.
But even before they commit terrorism, it's a big point with the left to keep saying, most Muslims are peaceful. Okay, I think we got that message by now. That's not the point. Even when they're not mowing down pedestrians or flying planes into the World Trade Center, they're accepting welfare. They're bringing in relatives who accept welfare. I mean, take another program. A very tiny percentage of Americans, immigrants, are here because we want them, probably less than 10%. Take the H-1B visas. That's the Silicon Valley, they're these computer whizzes. Sounds great, doesn't it?
Smart ones.
No, most of them are doing, and, I love them. At least they're not, committing terrorism or accepting welfare. Well, but their relatives are. They come in, they're attached to a particular company. So it's great for, Mark Zuckerberg and Bill Gates because they can underpay them. They're not allowed to go to another company. It's indentured labor. But because they're here, they then get to bring in all of their relatives supported by the taxpayer.
The whole thing is a conspiracy between big business and the left, and the American people get hosed. And Thank you very much,
Thank
as
you.
always. The Democrats out of control. Tommy Lahren on that up next. But later, a classic Water's World quiz. What country did we declare our independence from?
Virginia.